Good morning, everybody. I wanted to share with you the Synthesis Essay Basics graphic organizer, which we would have gone over in class. If we did get a chance to do that, then this is a review meant to help you with your writing of the New York Times editorial, if that's what you're choosing to do, or the intro paragraph, both of which are due next class session. So these are similar. This is similar to graphic organizers we've done in the past for each of the different types of essays that you would have been expected to write on the exam. And although synthesis is no longer part of the exam, it's probably most similar to the kind of academic writing that you're going to be doing when you're in college, for example. Most of our academic writing is research-based. So let's start right at the top with the intro, and you'll notice that there is not too much different in any introduction for any academic writing. We've talked a lot about intros over time, probably more than any other part of our essays, which we're going to continue to do because it sets the tone for the rest of your essay. But if we scroll down to thesis, one of the big things to remember is that synthesis is essentially argument writing with sources. So in your thesis, you want to develop your position. You want to take your stand on the topic that you have been researching at whatever level you've been researching it. So although you are finding sources on all different sides of an argument, here's your moment to talk about your side. And here where it says present your argument by responding to the prompt, you can feel free to create a question for yourself to answer. And the key element here is leave any references to the sources out of your intro paragraph entirely. This is not about the sources. This is about your claim, which is your position on the argument. You want to make it a statement. You want to make it a statement without I believe, I think, I feel, or any use of I at all. And remember that the key is, the key question we ask is, can someone disagree with what I've said here? And if the answer is yes, then you have the beginning, at least, of a thesis statement. So that's what you want to make sure you include in your intro. The sources do not come into play until our body paragraphs, okay? For those who are writing the full editorial, there is a serious word limit, so you probably want to consider 2 body paragraphs. I would say that's true of our exam as well. It's a rhetorical analysis essay. We will review those later, but the time constraints make 2 body paragraphs much more appealing. Again, a lot of this information is information we already know. You want to start with a topic sentence that's derived from your thesis. Remember to break a piece of your thesis statement off to create each topic sentence. Again, leaving the sources out of it. Do not organize your essay around the sources. Organize it around your ideas. Another key thing to remember, in the original assignment, you guys were finding 6 sources. You do not need to use all of them. If you remember reading synthesis prompts in class, the requirement was 3 out of the 6 or 7 you're given. And I would say in this assignment, use as many as you think are going to support what you have to say, okay? You support your topic sentences with info from the sources. Correct citations in this case for the New York Times editorial would be in-text citations. And I'm going to post, I did post on the assignment post the PowerPoint slide where we talked about that, and I gave you some examples of that. I'll repost it today as well. You want to make sure you're giving credit where credit is due. You're incorporating your quotes correctly. Remember to make them part of your own sentences. You do the same for body paragraph 2. Remember, too, that this is a great place for counter argument. If you feel comfortable using it, you can go back in your notes to find the spots where we learned that this year. You make sure your own argument's well established. So never make counter argument body paragraph 1. You always want to make it body paragraph 2, or if you choose to write 3 paragraphs, you can make it body paragraph 3. Counter argument is a great way to show your audience that you have researched everything about your topic. And then conclusion, again, nothing new here. Restate your thesis in a new way and review main ideas. Feel free to keep it very short for the New York Times editorial contest. And that's it.